Hello and welcome to Moja Sports. My name is Idris Hamid. Our guest today is Conor. Welcome, Conor.
Thank you, Idris, for having me today. I introduce myself. My name's Conor Kissane-Wood. I'm 26. I live in East Molesey in Surrey, and I compete for Thames Valley Harriers, a club which is based in West London. And I mainly compete in 5,000, 5K, 10K on the road and cross country. And my job, I work as a PA, part-time, a personal assistant part-time, and also work for a sports events company.
Yeah, great. Conor, I want you to tell us a little bit on how you got involved into athletics from the younger age, and
Yep.
What other sports did you play?
Okay, so I took up athletics really from probably about the age of 10 or 11, but only as just to take part in at school as an extracurricular activity. And I wasn't particularly that good, really, just average of, and I played other sports. I wasn't so great at the sort of contact sports. I wasn't really like rugby, football. I played these sports in secondary school from about 11 till 13, 14. And basketball, loads of other sports really. And it wasn't probably, I was about 14 when I started to take a more serious interest in running, specifically long distance running, cross country. And I joined the, excuse me, the school cross country team probably about year 8, so 13 or 14. Yeah, so probably from around that age, I really got into it.
Was there anything, a TV program or a race you watched or someone you saw run, or what created that interest into you?
That's a good question, actually. I think probably it was actually the park run for me. I found the Bushy Park run was very local to me, and I saw hundreds of people. Well, back then it was only sort of hundreds of people. In 2008, I was 14, and I saw loads of people taking part in this event. And to me back then, I thought it was like quite big. So I thought I've always had that sort of competitiveness within, like to challenge myself. And I think that's when I really got the sort of running attachment, the running bug, as we say, and like that's what got me quite hooked to it and focused. And then from there, that sort of developed to train seriously. But I'd say it was probably the park run that got me into running.
Yeah, well done, the park run guys. I mean, they have introduced so many people into running. I mean, the number of people that do our park runs every Saturday, amazing. Junior park runs, unbelievable. So well done to the park run guys.
Yeah, now, definitely, great job.
Okay, now moving forward, you are a little bit serious with your run at the moment.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your current training setup here in UK before we move to the next place? Here in UK where you are, tell us a little bit about your training, the training setup, who is coaching you, what is happening. Just give us an overview.
Okay, sure. So back in the UK, I train excuse me, I train a mixture of group training, which is with I jump in with the St Mary's University group. I'm coached by Mick Wood, so that is where most of my training comes from. I am still sort of flexible with the training I do. So I meet up with people. My training partner is Antonio Silva from Thames Valley Harriers. So particularly the last 6 months, 9 months during COVID, where training in a group hasn't been possible, I've been able to train with him and do track sessions. We drive out to a place in West Sussex which is really great for long runs. It's like 20 miles one way, 20 back the other, really flat. So my training setup back home is a mixture of one-to-one, training with someone and running a lot on my own, just around like Bushy Park, Richmond Park, along the river. And then when it allows, I train in the group, which varies from, 30 minutes, 25 to 35 minute sessions, grass sessions on the road and track. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, still here in the UK, I mean, a lot of athletes struggle with athletics training, work, studies, and all these things. I mean, yeah. How did you manage this transition from a junior athlete to now into a senior athlete? And you are working, you finish your studies, and you're still committed to your running. So how do you manage this puzzle, which is a big issue for most of our athletes?
For me, I think personally, from when I finished school, I did 1 year of A-levels and decided that wasn't for me. So I did a 2-year course. Running sort of took off probably more when I was like 18, 19, more seriously. And I think from working when I was about 19 up until sort of now full-time slash part-time, it has been a challenge at times. And I found that there was a period of time when I was around 20 where I struggled with an injury. I was working a lot and I struggled to fit in the training demands, the volume. And I got a bit sort of down about it. But I think that as really the main thing that I personally think is you will find a way to fit it in, whether you're studying or a job or even maybe family, if you have that sort of passion and you have that drive to fit it in. I know for me, it hasn't always been easy, but I do find a way to try and manage, whether it means I get up a bit earlier to fit in my run, or I work around my work demands and training. So yeah, it has been a challenge at times, but I think it is possible.
Well, you are in Iten at the moment in Kenya, and and really we say Iten is the mecca of long middle distance running, and 90% of elite athletes or people who want to be professional athletes, they make this journey at least once in their lifetime. So if they don't go to Iten for this training, somehow they just feel the athletic training is not complete. So can you tell us why you have decided to go to Kenya, your experience in Kenya? Yeah, go on. Tell us why you have decided to go to Kenya, what experience you have had.
Yeah, so the main reason that I wanted to come to Kenya, I've been here about 4 or 5 times, but to Iten, this is my 3rd time. I think the last time was 2016. So basically, I was missing the country, the people, the weather, the training, and the lifestyle. So I've sort of fallen in love with the country and the way of life. And in terms of this reason, this time round, with everything going on, the pandemic, I really wanted to sort of escape the last of the British weather, the winter, and because of my job being quite flexible, I had sort of saved up some money and thought I want to go. I just want to go, and I like that, being able to just say, oh, I'm going to go now, and not have to plan 6 months in advance. So that's really my the other reason being, once you're here, as I'm sure you know, Idris, is like it's very affordable to live here, and so it's quite useful like that. I can stay this time at a guest house and live quite comfortably, and yeah, and just get stuck into the sort of the lifestyle and the training. In terms of the COVID here, the COVID is very sort of like, it's Africa, so they're sort of relaxed with the rules, but I'm just trying to keep myself safe and, you know, wear a mask and wash your hands, everything like that. So, but yeah, that's the sort of main reason behind just wanting to sort of like get stuck into the training and the lifestyle.
Training groups, can you tell us something about your training group?
So here I train, there's a couple of guys who I've met from Belgium, France, who are of a similar level, and I've been doing some track sessions with them, but also I have joined the Kenyan group, and there are so many, and they're all very welcoming, and the excuse me, the main part of the training is like the group running. There's a huge sense of belonging to a team, and being part of like a family, and it's, as you know, it's like part of the lifestyle here. It's like ingrained into them, not like at home in the UK. It's like it's something people do for fun or professional. Here, the majority of them are certainly in the Rift Valley, in E10, it is their life, you know, it's their job. So the group that I'm currently with, it's called Ruto's group, Ruto being the coach, and a lot of the training basically involves easy running. The easy runs are the double runs. They are done very, very slowly. And then the fart leg, the famous Kenyan fart leg. So either 1 minute on, 1 off, or 2 minutes on, 1 off, 3 minutes on. And they target as well the long runs, the progressive long runs. And I think they are very strong in the half marathon, the marathon, because they target these runs. They look to start at a relatively comfortable foot pace. If you're talking around 2:10 to 2:20 marathon, they will start at like 4:30 per K, and they will finish at like 3 minutes to 3:10. So that's the fundamental part of their training. It's the long runs, the fart legs, and the very easy runs. So I think, yeah, so that's the training that I have been doing a lot more of here.
Yeah, could you give us, you know, an example of a typical week for you in Kenya?
Yeah, so a typical week will be Monday morning, wake up around like the 6 a.m. And the run, it will be like a 60 to 70 minute moderate pace run, at around probably 3:45 to 3:55 per K pace. And then the afternoon would be about 8 to 10 K easy. And then Tuesday would be in the morning, again, 6 to 6:30 a.m. start. We head to the track, and we would do like maybe a 8 to 10 kilometer volume session, mixture of 800s, something like 8 to 10 times 800 at 69, 70 second pace. And then the evening, an easy run of 8 to 10 kilometers. Wednesday would be probably again around 70 to 80 minutes, a moderate pace in the morning, and the afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. about 8 to 10 kilometers easy. Thursday, if we're doing 3 sessions a week, it would be a fartlek, either 1 minute on, 2 minutes on, or 3 minutes on, total of about 50 minutes. And then in the afternoon, easy running. And then Friday would be probably, I'm very lucky to be able to use some homemade gym equipment, some weights. So I'll do a weight session followed either by a rest in the afternoon or an easy run. And then Saturday would be in the morning a session, and the afternoon easy run. And then on Sunday would be targeting the long run. Probably at about 7 in the morning, we go for about 25 to 30 kilometers. And then the afternoon rest. So that it's a mixture of probably around maybe 90 to 100 miles, 150, 160 kilometers. That's a typical week. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, from coaching perspective, and
yeah.
having interacted with a lot of athletes that come to Kenya for training and this kind of stuff, you come to Iten, you have plenty of time, no work, no studies.
Yeah.
You immerse yourself in your training. Probably what happens is you do quite more miles than you used to do back at home.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you make sure that you don't overtrain and probably get injured and not get the required adaptation that you are looking for?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, when I arrived here about 5-6 weeks ago, I made sure that I just did easy running for the first week to 2 weeks, or around 10 days, and made sure I was recovering, resting between runs, not just sessions, because I did my first session after about 2 weeks. And really as well, being able to not get too carried away with the training, and you know, especially when it's easy to do when you're in shape, you know, it's like you think, oh, I can increase my mileage, I can increase everything, pace, and it's very important to just take a step back. And because even here, I came to Kenya with a slight problem with my Achilles, which is now cleared up, and I've had just a bit of a tight sort of niggle in my sort of hamstring. So I've just made sure I've taken rest. And also the other thing, which I probably have done more of, is having massage out here, because physio and massage is very important. And the Kenyan way is like they go hard. They really are, you know, tough, but I think it's really helped with my Achilles and managing just the volume, you know, the training load, and just making sure, you know, here you run a lot on the trails. The surfaces are quite soft, low impact, and making sure you don't run too much on the road. But I think you have to be careful, because it's, you know, the terrain is quite rocky and undulating, so you have to be careful with your like Achilles and stuff.
Yeah, because we always experience runners that go to altitude, or they go to Kenya for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
so much training, they overtrain, no proper rest, no adaptation, and then when they come back for races, they fall apart. They can't perform. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you pumped into some famous athletes or famous coaches in Kenya?
Yeah, no, actually, not as of yet. Well, actually, yes. So I was training with Brother Cole and his group, and Ronex Kipruto is there. So he's the current, well, for anyone that doesn't know, the current world record holder for the 10K. He's also the third fastest ever for the half marathon, I believe. So there's quite good company around Brother Colm, as I'm sure people are aware. But yeah, so he stays in there's a small select few athletes who stay at Brother Colm's place. It's very basic accommodation, but there's about 7 or 8 that live there and train there, and him being one of them. I think Kipchoge is off limits currently as he prepares for Hamburg, and I've not seen any others as of yet.
Yeah, okay. Briefly, can you tell us now, I mean, how your training has been going on since you came to Kenya? How has it been for you?
Yeah, no, it's been going quite well, really. I think I discussed with my coach, and he's happy for me to join in with the group, as I said, and I think I've adapted quite well to it. The training load has been okay. I'm recovering I'm eating quite well and recovering between the sessions, and I've not, apart from a slight niggle in my hamstring, I think that I've been coping with the training okay. I find that as you know, like the surfaces here, a lot of it is trail, so a lot of it is hilly, and that is something you get used to. But it takes time. It takes longer than 3 or 4 weeks to get used to that. But I think it's going well. So yeah.
Is there anything that you'll come back with from this, period that you are in Kenya? In any experience, any life experiences, any training experiences? What will you come away with this?
Yeah, so I think I would actually come away with a few things. Just being more sort of generally happy in sort of life. The lifestyle here is they're very slow pace of life. It's very humbling. I'm staying with a nice family staying with a lovely family, and I think just being, in terms of the training and everything to do with that, I think just being more patient with training and seeing results. I don't expect massive improvements, but I hope to improve quite significantly on my performances. I've run 2 years ago now, and just probably introducing, maybe targeting the long run harder. I think that can develop your overall cardiovascular, your endurance, and make you stronger for the 10K and the half marathon, which is what the events I'm hoping to do when I'm back at home.
Do you have any races planned? I mean, if things go well, I mean, we are not sure. There could be few races, but do you have races planned that you are targeting, that probably we come and watch?
Yeah.
Conor?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I do plan. I have a couple in the pipeline. There's the Midsummer 10,000 in Leeds on the 24th, which would be great for, I'm sure, some of your Hillingdon guys. It's on the 24th of June, I believe. I'm really hoping that can go ahead. I think it's being organised by Dave Norman, who's got great experience with organising races, and it will be my first 10,000 on the track, where I hope to run a good time. And I've never done one before, so I don't know what to expect. I've heard it's very tough, but that's the one I want to do. And then I would like to also race the Essex 10K, London 10K on, I think, late July. So I hope these events can go ahead. But those are the two first races I want to do.
Yeah. Conor, every athlete has a target and an ambition. Some accomplished, others not accomplished. I mean, as an athlete, what is your ambition? Where do you think, or what do you think is the ceiling for you?
Yeah, so I strongly believe that I can get like a run internationally at a good level. I'd like to get a GB vest in my career. I feel the best years are still ahead. I'm still developing athlete, so I would really like to do that. And you know, medal at championships would be amazing. And to run a very, very fast times over the sort of 10K and the half marathon, and then ultimately run the marathon in London. But yes, to run at a good level, to run internationally would be my ambition.
Oh, great. We just hope that some of those ambitions are achieved.
Yeah.
You know, as an athlete. So
yeah,
when you're not training in E10, what do you do? What do you do with your spare time?
Yeah. So I'm currently, there's a couple of things apart from just for fun. I like to play pool, a bit of pool out here, and just relax with my friends and the locals out here. There's still some guys from the UK here, so it's great to see them and to like chill out with them, and to be able to just relax and stuff. In terms of like something a bit bigger, I have been volunteering with the Kissane-Wood Foundation, which is run by Miles Edwards. For those that don't know, he is a guy that runs for Aberdeen in Scotland, but he also runs for Thames Valley Harriers. He has a foundation here in Iten, which supports over 400 children and teenagers with school, getting them into school fees, school uniform, equipment and housing as well, and supporting families who are living in undeveloped circumstances and not very unhygienic sort of circumstances. So the foundation has done amazing things. I have been helping out with the kids with like letter writing to their sponsors, small scale sort of helping with the building, and just sort of mixing with the kids and stuff. But it's recently the home that they built was in memory of Chris Smith, who passed away from our club, and so that was great. They did the sponsors helped build and fund the home, and that is in memory of Chris. So it was great to be a part of that. Yeah. So I also hope to travel maybe to Uganda. There's a national park in southern Uganda where you can see the gorillas. So I hope to do this for 2 or 3 days towards the end of my period here. And as of yet, I'm not sure how long I will be here, but so those are the things that I've been doing.
Yeah, thank you. Conor, you also supported our Moja Sports Athlete Support Program. I mean, you are one of the first guys who donated shoes and clothing and stuff to us. And you have a bag of shoes and stuff from Moja Sports. Have you identified? Yes. Have you identified some needy athletes that need some of those donations?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear.
Yeah, I was saying you supported Moja Sports when we were doing our collection. You donated quite a number of stuff, shoes and clothes and socks and a lot of things. And when you are coming to Kenya, you help carry a suitcase of shoes and stuff for us to be given to needy athletes. Have you identified some needy athletes that require our assistance?
Yes, there are some. I do see some athletes, young and older. They have very sort of inadequate clothing, yes, but more so like footwear, trainers, and there are some that I think could do with benefiting from the company. So I think the current suitcase has been given to Barnaba, so I hope that is put to good use, and I can identify some other people many people that would benefit from getting these things.
Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Conor, what advice will you give to our younger athletes? Every year we have a lot of athletes that travel to E10 and they travel to Kenya for training. And some of them, we as coaches, we can just see this particular athlete has traveled, but he hasn't benefited as much from that training if he was fully equipped or he was properly equipped. What advice could you give to, our athletes who wants to go to Kenya, for example, for the first time to go and do an altitude training?
Yeah, so the advice I'd give to them really is, firstly, maybe to stay in a hotel. I think this is so that everything is taken care of. They're washing their food, cooking and accommodation is taken care of. So that's something that they don't need to think about. In terms of the training, maybe just take it easy to start with. There's no point in, even if you're here for 4, 5, 6 weeks, the first 10 days, just really take it all in and just do easy jogging. Don't worry about pace or things like that. Take it easy on the trails. Find a group that you can join and just be part of, and they will take care of you. And what else? I suppose, just take it all in really, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. And in sessions, make sure that you are just properly refueling, hydrating. It's very hot out here. If you come to E10 between October, November, December, January, February, this is the hottest time of the year. So make sure you're prepared for the weather, and obviously the altitude will hit you to start with. Even if you went out for a brisk walk, you would feel it. It's very high. It's 2,400 meters. So this is my 3rd time here, but each time it doesn't get easier. You just learn to just go with it and don't try and fight it.
In terms of food, in terms of food, how are you coping up? Are you getting well with the ugali and everything, or what's happening?
So the food is I'm really sort of eating quite well, probably better here than at home, because I'm eating a lot less fats, no processed food really. I treat myself like once in a while, obviously, to like food, Western food, but a lot of it is ugali. A lot of it is, beans, cabbage, chapati. It's very organic, fresh food. Fresh. I eat a lot of fresh veg and fruits. So I think that's important. Even if you stayed in the hotel, you would get the fresh food. So it's something that you shouldn't neglect. That's an active part of your recovery, refueling the right way, getting the right nutrients in you is very important, especially out here.
Yeah, okay. Conor, we are coming to the end of our interview. I normally have 5 random questions that I ask my guests, and I expect just to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, sure.
A favorite holiday destination, where will it be?
A favorite holiday. If I can't pick Mombasa, Kenya, I suppose it has to be Spain. The Costa del Sol, Spain, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You've already been to Mombasa this time, yeah?
This is, I've been,
Yeah, okay. And music, do you have preference for any kind of music when you're doing long runs or when you're relaxing? Is there any particular singer that you listen to?
In terms of music, I do try and, like, a lot of my runs, I don't listen to music, but I do find when working out, whether it's be gym session or a run, I find the motivating videos and music quite inspiring. It gets me in the mood. In terms of an artist, probably George Ezra. I do like his albums and stuff. So yeah.
Favorite football team? Do you support any football team?
I don't massively follow football, but if I had to pick, like, my family, a big supporter of West Ham.
West Ham. You have a West Ham jersey? You have a jersey for West Ham?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, that West Ham would be the team. But yeah.
Who could be your athlete role model? Who are you looking up to as an athlete?
I'd say in terms of, like, my all-time sort of favorites, I do like Bakili, of course. Hisham El Garouj is another one. I find them, and Zerzané Tedesse. These 3 are very inspiring. I find their story as well quite inspiring and humbling. In terms of domestically or internationally, the guys from the UK, I think Callum Hawkins and Dowie Griffiths from Wales. I find them very like proper hard workers, very stuck into the sport, and I do follow them quite closely. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite food? If I was to invite you, what will you expect to see on the menu?
Oh, favorite food? Probably a pepperoni pizza is very high up on the list. Probably the favorite, but I have not been having many of the favorite foods out here, so I will look forward to when I return.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything you like to share with us, or anything that you wanted us to add on to this interview?
I think that's probably about it, really. Just thank you very much for giving me the interview. It's a good experience, and I really hope to have more in the future. But it's great to talk and share ideas of, the training, the lifestyle out here. And I would like to say to anyone that wants to come, whether that's on their own, with friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, even if it's not for running purposes, if they're not athletes, do come to Kenya. Like, it's an amazing country. Particularly Mombasa is stunning. Mombasa, the south coast, I'm sure is very beautiful. It actually won an award, I think, for the most stunning beach in the world, I think, certainly in Africa. So it's a very special country to me. I just wish, anyone to come here, to see. It's a lovely place. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Conor, for taking your time to come and share your experience with us. And hopefully we are going to catch up once you are in
yes, UK. I look forward to that.
I'm sure we are going to meet at the races later in the year. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Conor.
Thank you, Idris. Okay, take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.